Everybody, I was just doing a quick video just to catch everybody up on what has happened with the car, since I haven't been doing many videos and stuff and just busy putting stuff on and not really taking the time to record. Today one of my big focuses is going to be to get the headlights refinished. So they're clean, but they're definitely a little bit yellowed. The big thing that I changed recently, new wheels and tires. So these are the Desmond Regomaster Evo 2s. It's a 16x7 plus 38, and the tires are Yokohama Advan Flava 205 45 16s. It's pretty tight fitment. It's lowered, but there's not really a huge gap here. The rear is even tighter. It's hard to see on camera, but I can just barely get my finger in there, and that's about it. Today it's been raining, so I'm not going to be able to do much outside, but I just got the alignment done to make sure everything was good. Car's not really changed much. Everything's about the same. I did get a spoon steering wheel from a buddy. So I just got a really good deal on it. Couldn't pass it up. He gave me the spoon hub as well. And then I've got some short videos I'll put up for the radio block off plate that I did. I also put rain guards on. I just like the way they look. I did antenna block off plate. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, main job today is going to be getting the headlights off, which means I'm going to have to take the front bumper off and just clean everything up under there. And then new headlight bulbs, new city light bulbs, because one of them's out, and just getting it all refinished so it looks much better. So I'm going to get started taking the headlights out. I got to get the front bumper off, so I'll get started with that first. It should be pretty easy. Up here it's just going to be these little screws right on the front. Just going to be very careful because they're plastic. I just want to make sure I do not break them. And then on the side, in the wheel wells, there should be screws in here as well, which I may not be able to see. So I'm going to work on getting all that stuff off first. And then, yeah, hopefully I can get this front bumper off. I think there's also 2 bolts that go underneath as well. So I'm going to have to track those down. There's one right there. Once I get the front bumper off, I can clean up everything inside where that front bumper goes. And then I'll be able to actually get the headlights done as well. so I struggled with that for 20 minutes trying to get this thing off. So there were 2 screws in the top. This one was missing the screws. It was just zip tied on. Obviously this bumper's pretty messed up. I mean, it's a 25-year-old car. It's definitely been repainted in a couple places, so I was expecting some difficulty. Overall, it doesn't look bad. I put tape there just so I wouldn't scratch the fender up too bad. Got some surface rust here. I'm probably just gonna take these off, sand them down, spray paint them black, just to clean that up a little bit. Everything else looks pretty good down here. Yeah, again, nothing, a little sand and some paint won't fix. Radiator support and everything looks super good. That's one of the worries I had with this car when I first got it initially, is like, it's really hard to tell on camera, but a lot of this has been repainted. There's some overspray on the actual headlight. So I wasn't sure what I was kind of getting into. But like I said, it's a 25-year-old car, so I understand that there's gonna be some wear and tear on this thing. I didn't expect a perfect car. If I wanted a perfect one, then I would have to pay twice as much as what I paid for it. So it's just gonna be a good project for the next couple of days, taking everything off, cleaning it, and respraying these just to, even though I'll never see them, know that they're in there and they're clean. Yeah, basically it was just these top plastic clips, the 2 bolts on the side by the fenders, and then 2 bolts underneath, one of which was this, which doesn't belong there. This is what it's supposed to look like. Luckily I've had plenty of Hondas, so I've got a whole drawer full of hardware that I can go through and find the correct stuff. Yeah, so this is just gonna be a good start to refreshing the front, just to make sure everything's clean. The bumper, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with yet. It's kind of hard to see, but it's definitely like mangled a little bit in a couple spots, which is, again, fine. I understand. It's an old car. I'm just gonna have to figure out how to reattach this. I'll probably, get a new bumper eventually. There's no difference between USDM to JDM. I can put the grill on a USDM bumper, get it all repainted if I want to. Honestly, this car's not perfect, which is fine with me. I can enjoy the car a little bit more. I can drive it around and not be terrified that something else is going to happen to it. I mean, as you can see from the other video, when I put the lip on, I mean, it is not great at all. It's especially on the video, you can see it's 2 different shades. There's a lot of stuff that's been repainted, but yeah, totally fine with me. I mean, I'm just gonna enjoy kind of redoing this car, getting it back together the way I would like. So now the question is, do I take this resonator out for that intake? Because I'm not even using it. I'm just using the spoon intake tube. This is just feeding fresh air into nothing. So maybe I take that out just to clean the whole thing up. But yeah, I'm happy to see that everything front end wise is clean. I inspect cars for auctions for work, so I usually know what to look for. And it looks like all the spot welds and everything look pretty good. Nothing's been drilled out and re-welded. That's the thing I was kind of most concerned about, especially with a car this old. That's definitely seen some love from the previous owner. I assume they drove it kind of excitedly. It's got a lot of stuff on it that I wouldn't imagine somebody just normal daily driver would put on it. The coilovers that are on there are spoon coilovers, which I found out about when I put the wheels on. So stiff suspension, but it's fine. And like I said, somebody enjoyed this car in Japan for years before it got here to me. So I'm just excited to have it here and get into it now. And it's very hard to tell on camera how yellow these are, but I just want to take a quick video to show the difference once I get it done. right, so these are the lights fully done. I applied a protectant wax sealer to the front of them just to help keep them as clean as possible for as long as possible. But you can see, I mean, the reflection and stuff in these look pretty good. It's way better than it was. I also got this pointer so I can point at things instead of trying to reach across the camera. So these are the headlights that I'm using. I got new turn signals because I had the headlights out, so I might as well just put them in. And then these are the city lights that I'm putting in as well because those are bad. So I'm gonna get all that stuff in the headlights and then get the headlights back into the car. After I get the headlights back in, I will be able to put the brackets back in. They are nice and flat black. It just looks way better than the rusty metal that was in there before. So I'm gonna get started with that. Hope it doesn't take too long. All right, so I got the headlights in temporarily. They look much better. So I'm gonna turn the lights on. Hopefully they work properly. Ooh, nice and yellow. So hard to see, but that little light on the side is the city light, and they are both working. I should turn the hazards on as well. Looks good. I thought about going with LEDs, but it's an old car. I think the regular incandescent bulbs just make it look retro, old, I don't know. I just really like the way the older bulbs look on these cars, and the headlights weren't designed for anything LED anyway, so they wouldn't necessarily work the best. But now I just need to get those brackets on, get everything bolted up, and I can put the bumper in. All right, so I got the bumper brackets back in. They're nice and black. Headlights are in. I had so much mix-matched hardware in here. So I found some cleaner, like flush hardware in the garage. I don't know if I like the neochrome that much. I'll probably switch out for black ones. But it does clean it up quite a bit. Just nice flush hardware. Especially if I'm gonna see that in the engine bay. I may switch all of these over as well. There's plenty of small bolts and stuff that I can switch out with this hardware. So, and now I'm gonna work on getting that front bumper back on. I was able to find a second bumper bolt and not use whatever that is. I don't know why that was in there. And now I just need to get the bumper back on and then re-zip tie this side, since that bumper is broken right there. So I'll go ahead and work on that now. All right, so finished product. They look much cleaner. The black in the headlight is more black for sure. It doesn't look as kind of silver. It's kind of an odd color. It's like a gunmetal, but they definitely look darker for sure. Getting the bumper back on this side was a pain. You're probably not going to be able to see that, but I had to take this wheel off, push the fender liner in, and just reattach it with zip ties. It was not fun. But yeah, everything else went together the way it should. Looks pretty good. It's just extremely dirty because I was driving in the rain yesterday. So I'm gonna have to get that cleaned up for car show tomorrow. But yeah, everything looks great.